Congress of Vienna, 1814 to 1815, was one of the most significant diplomatic gatherings in European history, convened to restore stability after the Napoleonic Wars. It marked the beginning of a new political order based on the principles of legitimacy, balance of power, and conservatism. This period saw the restoration of monarchies that had been overthrown during the French Revolution and Napoleonic era, along with the establishment of a framework that aimed to prevent future revolutionary upheavals. The Congress played a crucial role in shaping 19th century European politics, and its legacy influenced international relations for decades. Background: the Napoleonic Wars and the need for restoration. The Napoleonic Wars, 1803 to 1815, brought dramatic changes to Europe. Napoleon Bonaparte, through military conquests and political maneuvering, redrew the map of the continent. He abolished or restructured many traditional monarchies, introduced new legal systems such as the Napoleonic Code, and promoted nationalist movements that threatened the old order. However, after Napoleon's defeat in 1814 and his brief return during the Hundred Days in 1815, European leaders sought to restore pre-revolutionary political structures and prevent further instability. The Congress of Vienna was convened in September 1814 and continued until June 1815. It included representatives from Austria, Prussia, Russia, Britain, and France, as well as delegates from smaller European states. The Congress aimed to redraw Europe's political boundaries, restore monarchies, and establish a balance of power to ensure long-term peace. The principles of the Congress of Vienna. The Congress of Vienna was guided by three main principles. 1. Legitimacy. The idea that traditional ruling dynasties, many of which had been overthrown during the French Revolution and Napoleonic era, should be restored to their thrones. 2. Balance of power, ensuring that no single nation would become too dominant, as France had under Napoleon. 3. Compensation and containment, rewarding states that had fought against Napoleon with territorial gains while containing France to prevent future aggression. These principles shaped the political and territorial decisions made at the Congress. The restoration of monarchies. One of the Congress's main goals was the restoration of the legitimate monarchs who had been deposed by Napoleon. This policy was intended to re-establish stability by reinstating the traditional ruling families of Europe. 1. France. The Bourbon monarchy was restored with Louis XIV, the brother of the executed Louis XVI, taking the throne. To prevent another revolution, he granted a constitutional charter which maintained some liberal reforms while ensuring royal authority. 2. Spain. The Bourbon king, Ferdinand VII, was restored to power, abolishing many of the liberal reforms introduced under Napoleon's rule. 3. Portugal. King John VI, who had fled to Brazil during Napoleon's invasion, was recognized as the legitimate ruler. 4. Italian states. Various monarchs were reinstated, including the Pope in the Papal States, the Bourbon rulers in Naples and Sicily, and the Habsburgs in northern Italy. 5. Germany. Many German states, which had been reorganized under Napoleon's Confederation of the Rhine, were restored to their traditional rulers, but the region remained fragmented under Austrian influence. The restoration of monarchies was accompanied by conservative policies aimed at suppressing revolutionary movements and maintaining the traditional social order. The redrawing of Europe's map. The Congress of Vienna also significantly altered Europe's territorial boundaries to create a balance of power. France was reduced to its 1792 borders and forced to return all territorial gains made during the Napoleonic Wars. The Netherlands and Belgium were united into the Kingdom of the Netherlands to create a strong buffer state against France. Prussia gained territory in western Germany and Poland, strengthening its position. Austria regained control of Lombardy and Venetia in northern Italy. Russia expanded into Poland and Finland. Sweden gained Norway from Denmark. These territorial changes aimed to prevent any one state from dominating Europe as France had under Napoleon. The Holy Alliance and the suppression of liberalism. To enforce the Congress's conservative principles, the monarchies of Russia, Austria, and Prussia formed the Holy Alliance in 1815. Led by Tsar Alexander I of Russia, this alliance was based on Christian values and aimed to suppress revolutionary movements across Europe. A broader coalition, the Quadruple Alliance, Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia, later became the Quintuple Alliance with France's inclusion in 1818. These alliances worked together to maintain the status quo through military intervention and censorship. Notable examples include the Carlsbad Decrees, 1819, in Germany, which imposed strict controls on universities and the press to suppress liberal and nationalist ideas. Austrian Chancellor Clemens von Metternich's policies in Italy and Germany, which sought to crush revolutionary movements. The Troppau Protocol, 1820, which established the right of European powers to intervene in states experiencing revolutions. Challenges to the Restoration. Despite the Congress's efforts, the restoration of monarchies faced resistance. The ideals of the French Revolution, liberty, equality, and nationalism, continued to inspire revolts throughout Europe. Some major challenges included the Spanish Revolution, 1820. Liberal forces in Spain forced King Ferdinand VII to adopt a constitution, leading to French intervention in 1823 to restore absolute monarchy. The Greek War of Independence, 1821 to 1830. The Greeks rebelled against Ottoman rule, eventually gaining independence with the support of Britain, France, and Russia. The revolutions of 1830 and 1848, France experienced another revolution in 1830, leading to the rise of Louis Philippe, while uprisings in Belgium, Poland, and Italy challenged conservative rule. The widespread revolutions of 1848 further weakened the Congress's conservative order, leading to major changes in European politics. The Congress of Vienna's long-term impact. Despite these challenges, the Congress of Vienna succeeded in maintaining relative peace in Europe for nearly a century. Some of its major long-term effects included 1. The balance of power prevented large-scale European wars until World War I. 2. The suppression of nationalism. While temporarily successful, nationalism eventually led to the unification of Germany, 1871, and Italy, 1861. 3. The spread of conservatism. The Congress reinforced conservative rule, but liberal and nationalist ideas continued to grow. 4. Diplomatic cooperation. The Congress established a tradition of diplomatic conferences, influencing modern international relations. The Congress of Vienna and the restoration of monarchies marked a turning point in European history. While it successfully re-established order after the Napoleonic Wars, it could not fully suppress the forces of nationalism and liberalism unleashed by the French Revolution. The principles of legitimacy and balance of power shaped European politics for much of the 19th century, but the desire for democracy and national self-determination eventually led to new revolutions and wars. Despite its conservative aims, the Congress inadvertently set the stage for the modern European state system.